much grit you really have. Think about the people we admire most. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before anyone believed in Harry Potter. They didn't succeed because they never failed, they succeeded because they refused to quit learning from their failures. And that's when it clicked for me: failure is feedback. It's life's way of saying, not this way. Try again. And with every wrong turn, I was getting closer to the right one. But that led me to a deeper question: what exactly are the lessons hidden inside failure? And how do we uncover them without letting the pain blind us? When I looked back at my 10 failures, I realized something important: each mistake wasn't random. Every failure was a message, a teacher, a lesson wrapped in frustration. The problem was, I had been so focused on the pain of losing that I almost missed the wisdom buried inside. The first lesson I learned was patience. I wanted everything fast. I thought a few months of hard work should equal instant results. But failure taught me that real success takes time. It's like planting a seed: you don't eat the fruit tomorrow. You water it, protect it, and wait. Success has its own timing, and rushing only ruins the process. The second lesson was adaptability. Early on, I kept trying the same thing again and again, hoping for different results. But failure taught me that if plan A doesn't work, maybe plan B, or plan Z, will. Success belongs to those who can bend without breaking, those willing to reinvent themselves. Then came the lesson of ego. At the start, I wanted to succeed just to prove people wrong. I wanted applause, recognition, validation. But failure stripped that away. It forced me to ask, why am I really doing this? And when your why is bigger than just impressing others, when it's about growth, passion, or purpose, you find a strength failure can't touch. The hardest lesson of all: resilience. Life tested me again and again. Do you still want this after failing 10 times? Every no would have ended my journey right there. But every yes made me stronger. Resilience isn't about never falling, it's about rising so many times that falling no longer scares you. At the time, these lessons weren't obvious. In the middle of failure, all I felt was frustration. But looking back, I realized that failure is like a tough coach: it doesn't hand you the answers easily. It makes you struggle, question, and fight until you're strong enough to handle success. And once I learned these hidden lessons, something amazing happened: failure stopped feeling like the end. It started feeling like part of the journey. Because with every mistake, I wasn't starting from zero anymore, I was starting with more knowledge, more strength, and more clarity. But that brings us to the most important part: what do you actually do when you've hit rock bottom? When you're at your lowest, how do you rise again and turn that pain into power? Rock bottom. It's a place nobody wants to go, but almost everyone ends up visiting at some point in life. I know it well. After my 10th failure, I felt empty. No energy, no confidence, no motivation to try again. I thought maybe this was the end of the road for me. But here's the secret about rock bottom: it feels like the end, but it's actually the beginning. Because once you're down there, you've got nothing left to lose. And that gives you something powerful: a clean slate. Failure wipes away illusions, excuses, and distractions. It forces you to rebuild, but this time with stronger bricks. That's when I changed my question. Instead of asking, why me? I started asking, what now? That shift gave me back control. Suddenly, rock bottom wasn't a grave, it was the foundation I could build on. Think of a bow and arrow. The further the arrow is pulled back, the more force it has when released. That's what failure does. Every setback pulls you back a little more, but when you finally let go, when you rise, you launch forward with unstoppable momentum. And here's the thing: success that grows from failure feels different. It's not just about the win, it's about the journey. When you've tasted defeat, victory becomes sweeter. You stop taking small wins for granted, and you learn to enjoy the climb as much as the peak. But let me be real with you, the climb out of rock bottom isn't glamorous. It's built on small, daily choices. Waking up early. Trying one more time. Learning one more skill. Making one more call. Success is not a giant leap, it's 1,000 tiny steps in the right direction. Rock bottom taught me that the lowest points in life are not punishments, they're invitations. Invitations to restart, to rebuild, to reinvent. And if you accept that invitation, you'll come back stronger, wiser, and more unshakable than ever before. So here's my message to you, don't fear failure. Don't run from rejection. Don't see rock bottom as the end of your story. See it as the foundation of your comeback story. Because sometimes, falling 10 times is exactly what it takes to rise once with unstoppable strength. And when you rise, because you will rise, the world won't just see your success. They'll see your scars. They'll see your lessons. They'll see the resilience you built in the fire of failure. And that's what makes your story powerful. That's what makes it unforgettable. And that's what I learned from failing 10 times in a row. Failure wasn't the end of me. It was the beginning of the strongest, most unstoppable version of me. And if you're willing to learn from your own failures, it can be the beginning of something extraordinary for you too.